Hi, my cutie. Do I need to turn my music on? How are we doing on this gorgeous Wednesday evening, wherever you're tuning in from? If you're watching the replay of this, we freaking miss you so much. I know some people are going to be coming in, going out, all the kind of things, but I'm really excited to be here for Boulder Branding Boot Camp. This has been something I have been noodling on for so long. Alana, me freaking too. I feel like I've been sitting on talking to you guys about branding for a hot minute just to feel into the vibe. Something that I have built in my brand is forward facing. I was doing dating and relationship and trauma coaching on the back end, building what I'm going to be teaching you throughout these next 3 days of just studying branding, studying everything, studying what it takes to build a business, how to market it, how to have the success on the back end while I was building it. So the fun thing about this, I heard this at a ClickFunnels conference one time around how Russell Brunson, how he, runs ClickFunnels half the time. And then the other 50% of the time, he uses ClickFunnels to scale other businesses. So that's what I was doing on the back end of working out this Boulder branding method and all of these different types of things is how to really scale businesses online. If you are new to my space, my whole thing is all around pre-housewife era and setting my life up for babies and marriage and all things in between. And on the front end, that was dating, but also time freedom, space, automation, funnels, scaling online presences, things like that, all stuff we're going to get into today and break that all down. But whose first time is this? A lot of you, actually, let me see the names in here. Your first time, Stephanie. I know I'm going to see you a lot in the chat. First times, me. This always makes me so excited. Where are you guys tuning in from? I'm pretty sure all over, which is so fun. Relentless Coaching, California. Relentless Coaching, California. That's amazing. St. Pete. Hi, sweetheart. Florida. Dallas, Germany. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is so fun. You're not in Spain, you're in St. Pete, Vancouver. Y'all, this is so cool. Let me get my screen back. And so how today is going to work before we get into anything is it's going to be 3 days long and we're going to run for about an hour. My invitation for you is to use the chat box, hype each other up, get to know each other. I have met, you guys know Steph. If you haven't known Steph, she's on my social media. We run half of our podcast together. She is very much integrated in my life. She is my very best friend on this planet. I've met her through Mastermind. I know, Lauren's on this call. I met her through a Mastermind. I've met, Elizabeth through a Mastermind. I've met my boyfriend through a Mastermind. Like, not that this is a Mastermind, but going into programs and going into these things by being active in the chat. So hype each other up. Plus, on top of that, for these 3 days, there's going to be challenges, prizes, and giveaways, and there's going to be a point system to that. So you get 1 point for every time you're active in the chat. That gives you 1 point. My assistant Cassandra is going to come in and tally that up. You will get 2 points for whenever you share on social media. My only ask of you is please make it a video and mute the audio. I'm a very expressive human being, and if you snap a photo and I'm like it's just not, I don't want to share it on my feed. And so just my ask is that you make it a video and you tag me in it. My Instagram is it's Laura Patricia Martin. So @ITS Laura Patricia Martin. That is how you all found me, since that is how I market and do things, but just putting that there. And then third point is showing up every single day. You get 3 points for that. And then at the end of it, there's going to be prizes and giveaways that are going to range from like spots with one-on-one coaching to giveaways. If you are in St. Pete area, my boyfriend's putting on a retreat and we have a VIP day where we're going to be talking branding and marketing and things of that nature, and we're going to be putting that online that you guys can jump to, that you can get a year inside of the Love Club. There's going to be a multitude of things based on how active you are in the chat, how active you are on social media, and how active you are showing up here every single day. So these prizes range from, working with me can be up there. So it's going to be ranging from like $5,000, because the one-on-one is going to be 1 hour session with me where we're going to deep dive into your branding and marketing. And then you're going to have 3 days inside of Telegram. So you're going to get that as the one-on-one for whoever wants to win. So being active in here, making sure that you are kind, you are courteous, you are all the kind of things. I will kick you out if you're an asshole. And be okay with the fact that some things that I say or some things that I do are going to trigger you. That is a thing that is my brand, right? And something for your discernment. Anything I say, do, what have you, filter it through your own lens and see how that's going to apply for you in your branding, in your marketing, and all things in between. I do speak in a certain way. I do say the word fuck a lot, and I don't apologize for that stuff anymore. A long time in my brand, I used to sit here apologizing for people getting triggered about certain stuff. We're all fucking adults here. You can step into the arena and you can be in these spaces, and it gives you more of that permission slip. What I have found when someone is activating you or talking numbers or talking certain things or, doing certain stuff, it's an activation of something that you want inside of you. A lot of us can start to come into these spaces and start to feel a little bit, quote unquote, inadequate because we're talking big numbers or we're talking big things, when really what I have found, it's just your body telling you that's what you want. And so that's what this space is going to be used for. Use the chat, use the things, be awakened to those cute little triggers. And we're going to walk through this together. I got your freaking back. Okay. And so I'm curious to know, have any of you ever, and the reason I wanted to put this on is because have you ever gone to, I've been going to quite a few conferences recently. And when you're stepping on stage, when you're in the, what is it called? Arena? At the seats, you're watching them, what have you, and they make you feel some type of way, like they're on stage and they're fucking crushing it and they're at the panels and they're speaking their language and you're like, holy fucking pickles, like I want to give you that 25 grand, like I want to work with you so hard. What is the first thing that you do? You get out your phone and you look them up and you go, oh shit, this person has pictures of 1 million cats, I don't think I want to work with them. Or, my ladies, how often have you gone, hi Lauren, cutie. How often have you gone, maybe you met someone out and you went and you exchanged social medias, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there and then you look them up on social media and you're like, you're a fuckboy, I don't want to go on a date with you anymore. Or you're texting them on Hinge and you exchange these social media things, and then you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know. You built up this whole fucking narrative about this person because of their social media presence. Correct? Yes or yes? Put it in the chat. Has that happened to you? This goes to show how important your branding is. Yes, you can have this authority inside of your personality. You can have this personal power. You can have this conviction in the way that you speak about the things that you feel powerful about. But then there's this cheeky little device here we have in our cute little hands that all of a sudden we're like it's so overwhelming and I don't know what to do with it. And it feels like something that's outside of myself. And I don't want to focus on this because it makes me feel fucking stupid. That was my resistance for so long with social media. I would sit here and I would go, I know, if someone could just be in my presence, I would change your fucking life. I would change everything for you. If you could come into my world and you can experience my magic, especially with my dating world and my trauma work, if I could just show you the methods of which that I help people heal, you will be healed. Come into my world, try it. Except when I looked at my reality, I was broke. Because back in 2021, I decided to do this radical thing. I had a very successful company when I was in Thailand, and it was all in-person referrals. It was all in, I would be out at the club and someone would Venmo me money, and then I would have a client, and it was so easy because I was the foreign white girl talking about gut health in a third world country. I didn't really have competition. It was easy. And then I did this radical thing when the pandemic hit, and I said, I'm going to move back to America and I am going to create an online brand because I want to go find a husband and I eventually want to be a wife. And the way that I am doing business takes a lot of energy, going to all these networking events, meeting all these people, going on a referral basis. I am exhausted. Can you relate to that? There is no way I can scale this and be a mother. I started thinking this back in 2021. And then this whole thing happened. I come thinking, this is going to be so easy. I understand business, all the stuff. And I had the most humbling experience when I come back to America and I'm sitting in my parents' spare bedroom on a fold-out table made out of plastic. I have no money. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And so I think to myself, okay, if I just pump a bunch of the money that I don't have into Facebook ads, I'll get rich, right? Like, this is how this is supposed to be. Have any of you done that? You're like, Facebook ads will save me. This is how I am going to have my, this is going to work. And 2 months in, you're broke as shit because no one fucking bought anything because they looked you up and you thought your funnel would work. And you thought your brand was going to work in some type of way, and you thought you didn't have to do the work. The truth is, branding is hard. The truth is, marketing is hard. The truth is, it takes time, y'all. It takes time. And a lot of us don't want to assume the responsibility of that because you feel good in your skill, right? When I first started the pre-housewife era method, it's I talk all about this. It's the triangle: living sanctuary, savage CEO, sacred slut. It's all around regulating your nervous system, tapping in your masculine energy so that you can have system, structures, and strategy in place. And a sacred slut is your confidence, your voice, your body liberation, things like that. When I first started that, I just wanted to stay in my tools. I wanted to stay in somatics. I wanted to keep studying trauma. I wanted to keep throwing myself into courses. I wanted to keep doing this stuff and this mindset work and all the kind of things. And one day, if I rubbed my womb enough, I would be rich because I felt it in my womb that I would be rich. And I did enough journaling practices every single day, writing, I'm going to have a 10K month. 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 I wasn't at that point, 19K debt. At that point, I was stuck at the 6K followers, and I had the weakest audience, and I just couldn't get them engaged. I couldn't get them to do anything. And I was just like, Lord, just to keep having my podcast. It was like one person would listen. I didn't get it. Getting clients, it was the only clients I had at that time were clients that I was in masterminds with, because they would experience and they would hear my story. They would feel my authority. They would see all the things I've walked myself through. And they'd be like, how could I not pay you? How could I not give you money? How could I not? And I couldn't wrap my head around, why the fuck is it when someone just experiences my energy, it is so easy to pay me. But I'm looking at my social media and I'm like, I don't get it. And I remember sitting, and I wrote my post today about this on Instagram. I was sitting in my peer mastermind and I was just sobbing. I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I show up every single day. I post every single day. I'm playing with colors and stuff, and I'm looking at things. I don't get it. And I remember my friend Reese, who is a very, very, very successful, honestly, guys, look up her brand. She is a coach for tattoo artists, which is a very specific niche, and like her work is fucking stunning. It blows my freaking mind. She looks at me. Yes, Reese, she's the best, isn't she, Liz? She reached out to me and she goes, your brand isn't you. Your brand's not you. As much as I'm looking at this shit, like, it looks nice. You're doing all these strategies and all these done-free models and all this shit. Like, it looks cool. It's not you. And time after time after time again, when I talk to highly successful human beings that have thriving careers outside of social media, that's their biggest concern. Bless you, Lauren. They have a strong sense of who they are, their skill set, right? A lot of you probably feel that way. You're good at what you do. If someone could just experience the magic of which you are, they would get a transformation. But they don't. And so month after month, you're trying. But month after month, you're also dwindling your confidence because it's not working. And so we start to do this horrible thing to ourselves where we question ourselves as leader, and we question ourselves as authority, and we question what is wrong with me that this isn't working. And the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. You're not a boring human being. You're a very skilled human being. Your branding just fucking sucks. Like, plain and simple. And you can't just keep passing it off. We can't just keep breaking this down of, I'm not good at it. This isn't for me. You have to be willing to feel inadequate and stupid and getting it wrong and fighting against tech. And you're going to look back and you're going to feel so silly at your brand. And it's going to feel overwhelming and catastrophic. But eventually you're going to get there. I was going through this whole journey before I jumped on here. Oh, did I exit it? Please tell me I fucking didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. Y'all, I was going through my little branding journey. I couldn't even scroll all the way back because I've been doing this for quite some time. But I went on my little branding journey. And I want to hear what you guys think when you see this. My cute little gut health self, right? She's fucking trying. She's doing these things. She uses a fuck ton of filters because she doesn't have the confidence to show up in her authenticity, her authority, her things. So she's using cute little voiceovers. It's fonts you can't really fucking read. But I would love to hear, when you look at this and you look at who I am now, what do you see here in this brand? What do you feel here in this brand? What's going on? I'm scrolling down so I can see your notes. It doesn't stand out like you do now. It's beige. It's a lot of beige. Boring. It's very fucking boring. It's like every other basic bitch on the fucking internet. Right? It doesn't hit as Canva. It's literally a copy and paste Canva. And this is honestly, if I'm being fucking honest with a lot of you guys, this is what I see in your brands. Because you don't want to put the time and the work, because you want it to be easy, because you don't want to, sit there and make art and take the time, you go to Canva and you do exactly what this cutie little chicken nugget here, right? I would call her more of a golden retriever than a chicken nugget. Like, she's at least fucking showing up and trying, but we don't know what she's trying. You can't be clear. She's really cute. It feels like a woman compartmentalized. Wait, what does it say? Compartmentalized is smallest, trying to stand out what society says works and wants you to rather than who you are. Exactly. So this is what I see a lot of people doing. It's just like, oh my God, she's so cute. Look at this. She's like posting for like her like friends and family on top of like a business, on top of like, I can't read it because this font is fucking horrible, on top of this great filter. Like, she's trying, right? And this is what a lot of you guys see. I see that you're trying. I never want to diminish that. But very sweet, no authority. Exactly. Versus, hi, I'm here. And I'm going to eat you for breakfast. Well, also change your life. Like, I'm going to eat you for breakfast in the kindest way and then spit you back out and make you very rich and well-loved. Like, that's my brand now, right? This is what we want. There's a feeling, right? So when you look at this brand, what does this say? Bold. That's what we went for. Exactly why it's called Bolder Branding Bootcamp. Have some shit together. I mean, slightly. But yes, strength. Claiming her authority, impactful. Exactly. And that's exactly the brand vision that I was going for. This whole thing. And so what I see time and time again, and what you guys have been seeing me talk about, is the clear message. Yeah, that's a huge part. That's a whole other thing. But when it comes to branding, there is a level of womanhood, authority, maturity that calls in high ticket clients, right? If you think about it, Dior, Louis, that's going to cost you a pretty penny because they're beautiful, simple, and aesthetically pleasing. Then you go to fucking Target. Not that it doesn't have benefit, but I'm confused and I literally don't go to Target because it overwhelms my anxiety and I can't handle stores. Like, I can't. I'd rather have you hand me a glass of champagne, like when I'm going to a luxury store and I'm looking to buy something that's very expensive. That feels a lot nicer to my nervous system. That is the brand that I wanted. So I created. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the bold method when I talk about brand essence and I talk about, walking through that whole thing. But I just want you to get the idea, because I said in that video yesterday to just look at what are the brands you are attracted to? What does it make you feel? What do you experience in those moments? What type of established authority do you feel from them? And then when you go and you look at your brand, how do you feel about it? What's going on there? What's the gap? And it takes time. It takes these things to actually sit down and go, okay, I need to put in the work in order to do this, because at the end of the day, y'all, your skill set is your skill set. I will always know somatics and trauma. Yes, I have to take tests every year. Yes, I have to keep upping things and stay up to date on the science. But generally, it doesn't change that much. Like what to do and all the things. Like, it's fun for me to go out and study some fun stuff. It's fun for me to go learn from different practitioners. It's fun. I do that because it's fun. But if I look at so many of you beautiful fucking humans, it's you are so hung up on getting another skill set, thinking that's going to make you more qualified to call in high level leads, to therefore give you the high ticket clients that therefore will give you the financial freedom, not realizing this is the thing that is cost blocking you. It is not a skill set gap. It is a marketing gap. It is a branding gap. It is the thing that gets people to establish you as an authority. At the time when I started this brand that made that transition, I didn't have any clients. I had no money. I was living on my best friend's couch and I just got dumped. But you would never know. I put my camera in a certain way and I did the somatic work, right? Like, that's what alchemy of love is to build that womanhood, just to help you step into womanhood and step into your authority, because no one really teaches us how to step into womanhood. So we're kind of just floundering around being like, oh my God, I got my period and now all of a sudden I'm a woman. And that's not really what it is. Alchemy of love is that. And then it's this, how do I present myself as a woman? How do I start to establish that in my brand? It's not a matter of your circumstances, right? A lot of us are sitting here. I was reading a book this morning, and he was going on this whole journey of wanting to become a what do they call him? Videographer, right? And he wanted to go on this whole journey, and he was seeing these skilled professionals, and he was stuck in wedding videos, and he wanted to do something more cinematic, something more extraordinary. Now he's like a multi-millionaire. But he started with these videos, and he took his friend out to eat. And he was like, who was a more skilled, like Natural Geographic, like big campaigns, things of that nature, sat him down and asked, how did you get ahead? How did you do it? Because I'm making budget films while you are doing these cinematographies. How did you go about this? And something at the end of the thing that he brought up is, I made every piece of my work art before I had the money, before I had the skill set, before I knew what the fuck I was doing. I did it because I didn't have money, because people don't invest in you. And then you have authority. You have authority. You have establishment. You talk with conviction. You present yourself with conviction. You speak with power because of who you are, not of your external circumstances. And we sit and we go, I will pay attention to my marketing and my branding, and I will pay attention to this, and I will have more of a mature, established brand when I hit 10K months, when I start making consecutive 30K months. How many of you have thought that? I will have a more mature brand when I hit X amount of money. How the fuck is that going to happen? How would that happen? We're sitting there waiting for someone to give us permission to show up in our power versus going, I'm here and I'm ready. The thing that helped me scale to now 134, I was just going to pull up my Stripe. I think we're at $134,000 for this year. That helped me scale my podcast to 20,000 downloads plus and growing. That's helping me scale my Instagram account from 6,000 to 16K. Is this? You have 3 seconds for someone to come into your world and see if it's worth their time and energy to invest in you. I don't do sales calls anymore. And like, I only get on calls, if that, if I already know you're wanting to buy something and we're just figuring out which thing you want to buy. I make sales almost daily in my DMs simply because people come into my world, they see my brand, they see that there's an authority. It's not a copy and paste model. There's something that's innovative and different about this. So I kind of want to touch it and look at what it is. So they scroll for a little bit. And then my content is so specific, clear, and tangible on top of the podcast that they dive in. They get to know, like, and trust me within an hour, that it converts like that. all because the initial stage was branding, right? And the mastermind that I am going to be pitching after this, because plot twist, that's what we do here. There's going to be the other things that help you convert stuff, but the branding is the first and most important thing. People have 3 seconds to land on your profile to know exactly what you do and how it serves them. If that is not clear, people bypass you. People buy from cute brands, right? Because they kind of look at this stuff. What I started to see as I was going on this whole journey of, wanting the time freedom, wanting sales to come in, wanting to make enough money on my own, wanting to have, an impact, right? At the end of the day, my mission isn't money. And I want lots of money, but money is a reflection of the impact that I'm making on this world. I've been put on this planet and walked the mission that I've had to go through, and the life that I've had to fucking go through in my early fucking 20s, because I'm here to liberate women, to be able to find love as alpha women, as big, deep, passionate women, and make lots of money in the process. I don't seek my business, my content, my stuff. It is not simply so to make more money and generate more leads like I thought it was. That girl that was beige and boring and all the kind of things, I was showing up every day, sometimes twice, because I use social media as a content generating machine in order to generate more leads and make more sales. How many of you view content as that? Right? That's a part of it. And that's an okay part of it. But my content and my brand and my mission got so much deeper when I realized my content holds my mission. My content puts people on the journey of pre-housewife era and liberates women every single day. Every day I get DMs. Not just, you're inspiring me, oh my God, can I get free coaching? DMs. I get people asking how to work with me. I get people specifically talking about specific podcast episodes and specific things in my feed, and they know my journey more than I even know them. And this whole thing about how it transformed their lives. It is about impact, and my income matches my impact, all because of my branding, all because of the authority behind my brand, the heart, the mission, the dedication, the artwork. When I stopped pumping out this whole content piece of going, I just have to do this. I have to do this because I was in enough conferences and people told me I need to have a social media presence. So I'm just kind of doing it because I want more money. It's all about the money at that point. Until I realize it's my movie. Social media tells the story that I don't have enough. It gives me the microphone to impact lives every day. And as a result, I've made more money than I've ever could have dreamed of. It literally, at this point, I'm sitting here being like, I was at a grocery store and I made 22 grand and I was like, I don't feel any different. I thought I would. I'm just here. Like, we pedestal all this stuff, not realizing that we can utilize brand and messaging and things to make the impact that we want. And yes, money's great. That is a byproduct of the power that you bring. But you can only get there when you move out of this cute, trying to generate sales, copy and paste Canva fucking brands. Everyone knows what it is. 10 years ago, that shit worked. It did. In some people, it still does. But how many of you are sick of seeing certain types of reels? Because you know exactly what they're going to pitch you. I do them to generate leads for certain things. But I also sprinkle in my authentic authority, my messaging, my personal type of branding, my story, who I am. The consumer got so smart during COVID. It's harder to sell. They see up to 10,000 ads a day. And so if you are just looking like every other generic person on the internet that's doing another sing-along thing, and there's not good quality, and it's pictures of your fucking cats, and there's these things, and it's the part where it's like grainy ass text or grainy ass videos from like old shit that you've done. There's the power that is met when you are in front of someone that is not in your social media. Want to know why? Because a lot of you aren't assuming the role of a creative marketer. Through and through, you're a marketer. You have to identify yourself as that. I remember when this was happening and I was sitting and I was so bitter. So bitter because I was sitting here going, it's so easy for business. It was so hard. Guys, the reason I had so much resistance for moving into personal branding, even though majority of my VIP clients are for personal branding, is because I didn't want to just be another business coach. I didn't want to just do business. But I realized I have a really good skill set and I need to do business. But I had so much resistance in the beginning of this and invested all that money into ads and all this fancy shit and thinking if I just did a cute little photo shoot with my cute little laptop in my house and I did my cute little things, I would make all this money. I invested all this shit because I didn't want to learn something else. I used to sit here and I'd be like, it's so easy for them. They have a background in finance. They have a background in business. They have a background in this. And so they have a leg up. They came from this. I found every excuse in the book to not identify as a marketer because I didn't like the identity of a marketer. Where now, everything is marketing and sales to me. I fucking love it. Dating. It's marketing and sales. It's funnel dating. It's all these things. It's how you market yourself. It's how you sell yourself. It's all the things. It's a consumer experience from the moment eyes lay on you. I didn't say that correctly. Eyes lay on you. Whatever, you get the fucking point. Everything. And the truth is, when I went on that journey, I sat there and I realized that was my gap. I didn't like feeling dumb about something I didn't understand. And so I went on that journey of forward facing, okay, I'm going to do the somatic work and I'm going to do the trauma work and I'm going to help change lives and the things and the stuff that makes me so incredibly freaking powerful. Like the work that I do with my women inside of Alchemy of Love and the work that I do with those types of VIPs and working through this trauma and these blocks, fucking world class. But on the back end, it didn't matter how good I was. I had to learn this skill of marketing and sales. And it started with branding because the reason we get so overwhelmed by it, right? The reason when we're looking here, and I don't want to assume the role of a marketer, is because when we look at broad picture, we go, holy fucking pickles. I got content, I got strategy, I got graphic design, I got videos, I got lives, I got reels, I got slide deck thingies, I got algorithms, I got hashtags, I got stories, I got YouTube, I got podcasting, I got public speaking, I got the way that I speak and storytelling. There's a lot. And so I started to look at, okay, so let's break this down a bit. And it was always branding. And not the branding of like, I look cute behind my laptop. It's the branding of, I'm a woman. And this is me, right? There's certain people that I have clients. I have a specific client where she came to me and she isn't like face to camera type of brand. She wants to run a membership. It's yoga in your life, things of that nature. Her brand is a lot softer. Her brand is a lot naturey. Her brand is a lot more feminine. So we create that. We bring that out because if she started to act like me, that'd be a coherence loop. But because a lot of brands, and the reason that I see a lot of brands not assuming this role of marketing and, you know, stepping into this type of arena is you're so used to that healing phase journey and sharing about, you know, where you've been and all the things, and here's what I'm doing every day, and education stuff and all that kind of stuff. Whereas womanhood is, this is me, and I'm not looking to be liked by you. I'm looking to be liked by me. And I'm innovating something and I'm leading the pack and I'm doing it in an authoritative way. And I'm doing something that is setting me apart from the rest. That's what my brand is. That's what your brand gets to be. And that doesn't mean you have to walk around in the dominatrix types of vibes that I do. It's just being able to sit there and go, what is me? Right? With the rise of AI, doing all of our copywriting and fucking editing videos and all of the things, people crave authenticity. People crave it. And when I look at these immature brands like mine was, I was performing so much. because I was investing in all these done for you models, and I was investing in all these things that I was just like, I don't really know who I am or what I'm doing or what have you. So even when I go back and, on like Time Hop, they give you different videos of yourself and what have you, let me talk like my mentor. I don't talk like me. I'm like, hello, my name is Laura Patricia Martin. Welcome to my live on my personal page and and I'm speaking like Melanie Ann Lair, because that was my first like big mentor. And it's cute because I tried. But it wasn't me. Elizabeth, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of those things. And so when we're looking at this, the one thing I need you to get for today is assuming the role of a marketer. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter how good your skills are. You need to be good at your skills. But there is a level at that, and you have to work on the thing that you're not good at. Because if you cannot market it and you cannot sell it with authority and conviction, people are going to pass you up. And there is a reason you've had success in your external life, like offline, and online it's not converting, because people are then looking you up and they don't feel your energy. They don't feel the essence of you. They don't feel the authenticity. How many of you, right? A lot of you are new to my world right now, or oldies that are, here for a while, finding me. The most common compliment that I get is that I felt me, that my authenticity is the thing that you felt. And that's why things stand out. That's why you feel me. That's why it's like I'm in your head and doing the things. That's part of my brand. I worked on that over the years, and I was willing to be very fucking bad at it until I got good. And until I was able to talk in this way, just like I do when I'm with my girlfriends. That's assuming the role of the creator, the creative. To be an established authority in this arena, you have to be willing to fuck it up and try. You have to be willing to assume the role of like, I'm going to do really bad at this. And so over these 3 days, I want you to be really fucking bad at this. Be really bad at the homework I gave you. Be really bad at how you copyright and how you do things. But too many of y'all get stuck in this learning phase of taking free trainings like this, of binging podcasts like mine, of doing low ticket offers because that feels more feasible and blah, blah, blah. And then you get to the point where it's like, nothing's changing. And if you really look at it, it's not because you don't have a plethora of fucking programs and resources. It's because you're not willing to look stupid in the process. I've looked dumb for 6 years in order to get to this space. A lot of the times when we go to programs like this, we're comparing ourselves to someone's end game. And what I'm walking you through tomorrow is showing you my beginning to end game. Because a lot of the times people in these types of seats where they're making 30K months and they're doing these types of things and they're having these extraordinary results, they're telling you what they did yesterday. And I think that's great. But I also think you need to understand how I got here. Because I can tell you what I do every single day. It's really easy for me to make content. I wake up, I write a hook on a story. I understand how to find trending audios. I do the thing. I write a caption in probably 20 minutes, and then it's done. But it took me 3 years to get here. And I can collapse that time for you. And that's what the the masterclass is going to be. Or not masterclass, mastermind is going to be all about. The Bolder Branding Mastermind. I'm going to talk about that at the end, but that's what that's going to be about. Nailing down and making this very simple for you. Because your brand matters, it really fucking does. But first you have to know where you are. So I actually have a little quiz for you guys. So there are 3 stages. Dun, dun, dun. Let me know which one is you. So the first one is a little chicken nugget. You're so cute. You're just starting to think about your personal brand. Majority of your feed is about you and your travels and your stuff. And you're in the early stages of like defining who you are and what you stand for and how you want to be perceived. And you're just kind of like looking at like fonts. It's like the one that I showed you. You're like cute. You have a few social media posts, but like you're not very consistent with it. You don't really have things going on here. It's, your messaging is quite unclear. It's very clear that you are not established in your arena, and that might be a hard pill to swallow, but you're trying, right? There's parts of you that you're like, I am in these trainings, I'm studying master classes, I'm listening to podcasts, like I'm a cute little chicken nugget, and I'm trying. Is that any of you? That's okay, it is. I'm a little chicken nugget. I want that on a I want that on like a necklace. I'm a little chicken nugget. And then there's golden retriever in training. This is my cuties that I look at your brands and I love you to fucking bits because I look at your page and I can tell that you are like on the brink of something. Like, that golden retriever. I haven't even described it. You're like, that's me. You're trying all these different tactics and these different tools. You're kind of inconsistent with it. I look at your page and it's like, I can tell you're an established authority in some type of way. Like you have some type of energy, but you're not it. Like I just wouldn't give you 25 grand. Like I would have to sit and have a very long conversation with you. It's kind of just all over the board. It's not, you're doing it simply because, hey, you're doing it because you came to this training and you're like, Laura said I need to use social media, so here's my post every single day. I'm posting, but there's like no heart in it. It's just I'm doing it and I did it and it's done. And then you're getting mad because it's not providing results. But you didn't even put any work into it. You just kind of copied and pasted the little thing and said, here, sprinkle, sprinkle. Someone give me some sprinkles. I feel like a lot of you are the golden retrievers. Not gonna lie. And then there's this other caliber of the actress. And this is, if you go up a little bit more in my feed, you guys can go just be gentle on me, but go binge my fucking content. You'll see all of these evolutions. You are graduating, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is one of my VIPs and she's crushing it. It's very fun. And so the actress is, you have an established brand and you are recognized and you have a strong, loyal following, but most of your following has to do with people that you have met offline. And so then you come online and you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do my social media because I am doing it and this is what I committed to. And I know my brand and I know my things and I'm sitting here, but I am doing script talking. And all of a sudden the camera goes live and I have no clue what to say. All the power that I once thought that was me is now gone. And this is how I feel when my boyfriend had a retreat. And I'm like, and I had to speak and I was like, I don't know how to speak on stages anymore. And I literally felt this vibe. I was like, I have to like act and I don't really know what to do. Like mine was like reverse. Social media, I felt really good. And then like in person, I was like, I have 10 fingers and 10 toes. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I didn't know what the fuck to do. It was funny. It was very funny. I was beating myself up for a very long time. But so in the actress vibes, like who you're talking to and what you're doing and what your purpose is on this planet. But your online presence doesn't feel like you. Like you hit a plateau, it's boring, it's bland. You're like, I should be making a lot more money. And you're at that stage that I was at where I was like, I want to be a wife and a mother. And I need this to be a money-making machine. Like this thing, y'all, when you could fucking figure it out, is a money-making machine. Opens a lot of doors for you, gets you a lot of opportunities, makes you a lot of money when you learn how to use it and you sit down and you do the hard thing. The actress is you're almost there. You are almost there, but there are tweaks that have to be made. There is establishment that has to be made because this is where you get the high ticket clients. This is where you're sitting at the grocery store and all of a sudden you make 22 grand. This is when you take a month off because you're busy falling in love and you hit 34K because it just works because you spent time. The actress. Yes. Elizabeth, I would say you're the actress. I think that's where we're at. And the ultimate goal is the content creator. The ultimate goal is the content creator, is where you're authentic. You're bold. You have in a sense of established authority, but at the same time, people have a relationship with you, right? Like you guys have a relationship with me. My sister finds it the funniest fucking thing in the world because people come out to me when I'm out. And we were in Paris one time meeting up with one of my followers. And the girl's like, so invested in my life and my story, my thing. And my sister walked away and she was like giggling because she was just like, it's so cute. Like people think they know you. And like social media, if you actually knew, it's a part of me. It's the reputation of which I want you to know about me. It's still me, but I still have my privacy. I still have my life. I still have parts of me that I get to keep that only the closest people to me get. But I create content because my mission is far fucking bigger than money. But I get well paid because of it. And I use my content to demonstrate my mission, my impact, my goal. My reach is far fucking greater because of social media, because of my branding, right? There are only so many people I can talk to in a day. But on social media, I can touch 16,000 plus people. Some of my shit goes viral and it's hit millions. What the fuck? That type of impact, that type of, I couldn't miss a day because that is my responsibility. That is my ownership on the planet. That is the thing, that is the identity that I assumed because I have a big fucking mission on this planet. I have a big fucking purpose. God did not fuck with me as hard as he did in my early fucking years for nothing. And it wasn't just for my family, it was for you guys. To put these paths, to liberate women, to help you balance both, to not have to choose between love or money or impact or things like that we are seeing every single fucking day, women having to choose time and time again. Can I be loved for all that I am? Can I have the impact that I want to still have and be loved? Can I be a mother and still do the things that I want to fucking do? Right? I was speaking on stages with hundreds of people in Thailand. Not that I can't do that as I get older, but I don't have the time, space, or energy at this moment in time because my focus is relationship and the babies in the future, right? Over time, that will come. But it's looking at the life that we want to have and being able to utilize our online personal brand in order to generate the impact that we want. Yes, you get the connections that you want. You get to speak on stages that you want, the collaborations that I fucking have, the summits that I get to speak at, the people that I get to network with that are global, the friends that now become family because I met them through fucking the internet. Like you get to have that and you get to be wildly paid for it. But all of you that are in my world have a mission on your heart that God gifted you. You fucking know it or you wouldn't be here. Right? You go through struggles people would never fucking understand in order to get your mission out there. You go through the things like entrepreneurship is the wildest fucking thing. Like if it was a relationship, people would tell you to break up with it. Like it's quite toxic, but you love it and you hate to love it. And it's this part of you that you crack open. And the thing that we have to fucking realize is that mission on your heart has to get out into the world. And it is not just when people meet you. It is within 3 seconds of people scrolling and seeing you. You feel my boldness in my brand because I built it that way, because of what I'm going to teach you tomorrow. You feel my authority and my conviction in the way that I speak, in the way that I am, in the way that I have so much love for this work because of what I'm going to teach you tomorrow. Because of what I am talking about today, I assumed the role of the creative marketer. I stopped fucking making excuses that I'm just a somatic practitioner. I'm just a dating coach. I just have to study this stuff and I just have to study psychology and energetics and polarity and all these kind of things and become an expert in all these things, which I do have to do. And because I have to do this, it's so unfair that all the people that are in business, they just get to study business all day and that's it. No, the people at the top, you want to know, after sitting at all of these tables with people that are in our arenas and going to these conferences and getting into the seats that a lot of you want to pay to be at, the only difference is they do the foundations better and they have more conviction than you have. They show up stronger. There is no failure. There is no excuse. If you haven't listened to the recent podcast with me and Steph, we talk all about this. When to rest and when to show up. And it's that type of fucking energy, y'all. There is no other option but success. There's no other option. If you keep fucking going. And the number one thing, Eddie and I were talking about this the other day. It's like I was sitting here working on something and he looked over and he was like, it really is all about marketing, huh? Yes. Everything is marketing and sales, even your fucking dating life. Everything. And if you hit a plateau and you're wondering what, and you're complaining about this is hard and this is it, and if someone else had like all the business people get a leg up, I don't have a business background. I was in domestic violence selling drugs. I'm left by both my parents. My mother died from addiction and my dad chose a different family. I have so many things that have happened to my cute little body in my short little time. I didn't fucking have that. I taught myself all of these skills so that I could get ahead and create the impact God put on my heart to make. And I will continue to perfect my skills so I can keep impacting humans like you. The only thing I can do is that you show up with the same conviction, with the same heart, with the same drive. Because your mission deserves to be heard. No matter what. It's hard, y'all. It's hard to figure out what's innovative about you. It is hard. Trust me, all my clients fucking want to smash my face in when I keep asking them to be more specific, tangible, and clear, and making things and doing things. And it sucks to be dumb. It's so true. Elizabeth fucking knows. Like, it sucks to be dumb. But how liberating it is when you fucking hit it, and all you have to do is post one thing because you fucking did the work to get your fucking audience and know your audience and do the things and be established leader in your authority and fucking have branding that fucking blows their mind. That all I had to do was post 6 reels and send 3 emails, and 75 plus people signed up for this. I wish they were all here right now, but 15 is fucking amazing. Right? That's how that gets to be. You have this vision of your life, right? You have it. You want the freedom. Maybe your mission isn't the same as mine, where it's like, I don't ever want to miss a soccer game. I don't want to miss a moment with a slow morning in bed with my partner. I don't want to ever have to fucking worry about money. I don't want to ever feel like I have to choose between the impact God put on my heart and the family God put in my soul to create. I don't ever want to feel like I have to choose between those two. So before that happened, I started to build it out. And I started to perfect it, and I started to get bad at it. And I started to assume the role as a creator, not because I have to, but because of the life that I knew was coming for me. And now I have that, and it's only going to get better. And that's what you deserve, is sitting down and what is the big vision? It's not just the skill sets that you have. People have to hear you in order to make the impact that you have. It's not just, I know I'm good. And when my friends encounter me and I help them and we go on walks and we do these things, I help them so much. Imagine the global impact you can have by actually utilizing your voice and standing up and being seen and creating a bold fucking brand. Imagine. That is what this does. Yes, money is fucking great. Don't get me wrong. I'm a double Libra. We fucking love nice things. But it's the lives you will touch, the hearts you will impact, the families you will fucking create, the generations you will impact, because you decided to start being seen and start doing something with power and conviction and authority and sucking at it. Money follows mission. Exactly, Lauren. And so my invitation for you tomorrow, you showed up for day 1. I feel like day 1 is the fucking easiest one. Actually, signing up is the easiest one. Showing up, second easiest. The next thing is making sure you're here each and every day. Each day, people are always like, give them the best thing. But no, I give you the best thing last. Always. Tomorrow, I'm going to walk you through the bold method. I'm going to show you exactly how I went from this cute little chicken nugget. Actually, I was like a golden retriever. I mean, at first, I was whatever. I went through all those stages. But the one that I showed you is more so golden retriever. To the established leader that I am now. And how I did that with my brand. I'm going to walk you through the bold method that I have been studying for the last years. I scaled out the 6-figure brand of my dating world. And how I'm going to do that again for branding. All the behind the scenes. I don't fucking keep secrets. But my ask of you is 1, the chat box, Cassandra's going to be getting the point systems in there. Sharing on social media. It's always so weird when I get off these things and then it's just like gone. And I'm like, what just happened? What came out of my mouth? So sharing on social media so I can go and fucking bask in all of that, get points for that. And then showing up, you also get points, 3 points for showing up every single day, 3 points per day that you show up. And then the homework, and I will put this in the email, is I had said in the video, look up 3 to 5 brands that you know, love, trust, maybe have invested in, what have you. What do you love about those brands? Like, pay attention somatically, what is happening in your body with those brands. What do you feel? What about them? Watching their reels, like how they speak, like what is that exact feeling that's happening? On top of what aesthetically, what stops your scroll? Like, pay attention when you're scrolling. You get hit with 10,000 ads a day, minimum. Pay attention to what stops your scroll and screenshot it. This will help with what we're doing tomorrow, but paying attention to your own consumer culture will change your fucking life. Like, the difference about people that are in the fucking, what did I call it? Creative content, something, established content creator. I'm glad I named things I will remember. The thing, like, I don't consume social media except for some like relationship stuff. I don't really consume it. I'm constantly looking at branding. This is why it's so hard for me to even watch TV, because I'm constantly like looking at commercials and like stuff like that, or like they don't really do product placement anymore, but like old time movies, I'm constantly looking at certain types of things and wondering like how it is, or I'm looking up different things, or I'm seeing, you've seen it many times, and like screenshotting stuff to see how marketing is, what stops my scroll. And if my scroll stops, I'll screenshot it and I start to analyze that. It's not fun for me to be on social media, because that is the difference between someone that is lost in consumer culture, that is honestly, most likely you are probably comparing yourself to a lot of the shit that is out there, versus I'm seeing and taking awareness of what is happening for me that made me stop, and how I can then replicate that in my brand. So what I want you to do between now and tomorrow is that pay attention to what is stopping your scroll, pay attention to what is making you move through things and stop. And then go through and go, where am I at compared to these people? Am I in my little chicken nugget? Are you a golden retriever? Are you the actress? Or are you the established content creator? And tomorrow we're going to walk through how to get you there. And so for anyone that is like, holy fucking, because this is fucking slapping me around, and you want to know what the next step is, because we're always constantly wondering that, I am going to have a mastermind on the back end of this. I'm a pre-chicken nugget. You're so cute, Stephanie. I'm going to have a mastermind on the back of this. It's going to be a 6-week content sprint, all about the methods. Like, branding is one side of things, but we're going to be talking about branding. We're going to be talking about marketing. We're going to be talking about content, and then we're going to be talking about conversion. And so I'm going to be walking through. It is going to be a limited number of people, simply because I'm going all in. Like, I think the thing that is happening right now with a lot of my clients, what I've seen and why I have built out my masterminds in certain ways, and my VIPs in certain ways, is we need more eyes on your brand. Like, I don't necessarily think you need to learn so much information, although you are going to have a program that's on the back end of this walking you through certain things. What you need is time to ask questions with me, right? So that is going to be a $7,000 offer. But right now, until we start tomorrow, it's going to be available for $3,333. You can do a payment plan that is going to be split in half. So I think that's like $1,667 or something. You can split that between 2 months. But for today, and exactly, hands-on learning. Today, for our next session tomorrow is at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now until then, it'll be $3,333. I will drop the link, actually. Whoa. Right here. For anyone that wants to jump in on that. But the price will be going up tomorrow. As soon as we click play on this, it's going to be rising. This price will be, at the end of all of this, $7,700, or $7,777. So jumping in there, or you can jump into Love Club again, or you can jump into Alchemy of Love. We have all those different offers. Just reach out, DM me. You guys know I don't chase leads, but if you have any questions about anything, feel free to jump in there. What else do I have? Oh, I'm going to be adding, because I don't have time in these sessions for Q&A, anyone that is a current client, or anyone current clients are VIPs, current clients are Alchemy of Love, current clients are Love Club, current clients are anyone that bought Audacity and that upsell. And if you still want to buy it, you can reach out to me and I'll send that link to you. Anyone that bought that, on Saturday morning, I'm going to have a live Q&A. So anything that comes up for you, if you want me to look at your content, if you have like a piece of content that you want me to break down for you, any of that stuff, I'm going to do live coaching with you on Saturday morning. The only way to access that is if you jump into something. So those are the two offers that I have for you right now. How was this for y'all? Drop a word of what you're feeling right now as I go through these comments. Activated and ready. Elizabeth, I'm going to see you inside of Telegram. Excited. We love that. Oh, what should I say? Stephanie, it's normal. A lot of the times after trainings like this, super excited. After this, it could feel kind of like a hose is in your face, and it's like you're like dying and can't breathe. Again, it's the one thing, right? The one thing from today is just assuming the identity of a content creator. Assuming that identity. No longer anytime you hear that little cheeky little voice of like, no, like it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Like the identity of a content creator is like, you're not just capturing things. You're not just posting it quickly. You're not just doing these things. It's actually, I am creating a movie. I'm creating an artwork. I'm creating something that is timeless and lives on forever so that my mission can impact millions of people given the right intention and direction. Right, tomorrow I'm going to be giving you that formula and methods, but for today it's just sitting in that space and taking intake of your consumer culture and how you go through things. Okay, who am I going to see tomorrow? Who's showing up tomorrow? Yes, guys, I'm sweating. I am so freaking excited. Oh, what a freaking gift. Bright and early. Me. Okay, I want to take a quick photo of all of you humans. Anyone that wants to undo your thingy, I will greatly appreciate it. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. Oh my god, faces. I love it. I'm sweating. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, cuties. Jessica, you're so cute. I love the blue. All right, my loves. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.